So today we are going to talk about my Mitsubishi Starion ESI. Now I have whimsically named this car the Starion TSE, not to be confused with the Conquest TSI. I call this the TSE as the reference to the Tommy Machina 6.5 Evo. As you can see, the decals are very similar, and the color combination is very similar to a TME. But that little logo right there on the fender, good old Texas Speed, is what makes this a TSE, as it is a Texas Speed LS3 powered Mitsubishi Starion. Rocking the old school BBS rally wheels. This is an absolutely phenomenal build. I was actually incredibly stoked with how this came out. As you can see, she's a bit of a rowdy boy. I think, if I recall correctly, it's making like somewhere in the 700 horsepower range, but it's not just an LS3. It is a positive displacement supercharged LS3, and it makes for a pretty gnarly little toy. But as you can see, it has no problem kicking out. Some of these turns were really nitpicky, and unfortunately I have to do it this way with the voice recording instead of physically on the video, as it's really hard to get audio in the recording process. I could have recorded it while filming separately so that I just posted it all together, but that was not how I had it. As you guys can see, this thing is very capable, and I am pushing very minimalistic setup here because of the fact that, like, it's got the drift coils on it, but like it has sport tires on it. It has the race transmission, but the gear ratio is set up like a CD009. It does have a rather aggressive clutch. It has essentially a locked rear differential, because I took the race two-way and I set it to completely lock to simulate a welded diff, essentially. But I would run a locked diff on this setup. We're taking on the mountain now, and as you can see, this car is absolutely shredding. So one of the big deals about this car was the fact that I wanted to make this kind of like the Evo 6.5 TME, hence the TME style livery. And I kept true to that inside the car because, like, we had the battery size to a smaller battery, pulled the tools, the spare tire. We grabbed, a factory brace setup. I think this might have a cage. It does have a cage. But it was essentially meant to be like an Evo RS. No creature comforts, just a badass shredding car. But I wanted it to be something different. And of course, it was inspired by V-Ray's LS swapped Conquest build. And I actually made this while I was in the hospital delivering my son. Absolutely phenomenal car. Was super impressed. But as you can see, we're about halfway down the mountain, and we're keeping up with my comp car scores. I'm not the greatest drifter. I'm not. You guys can see a lot of excessive use of the handbrake. I just enjoy drifting so much that I wanted to share this content with you guys, particularly this little odd tidbit that it is the Starion TSE, the Texas Speed Edition, to play on the TME. But I did use very similar to an Evo TME kind of setup, TME RS kind of setup, with the no creature comforts, the cage, and basically tried to make it like a factory spec drift car. Because the Evo TME was a factory spec rally car. It was the lightest chassis, manual windows, like absolutely phenomenal car, and that was kind of what I tried to bring into this. Ooh, I caught that rail a little harder than I thought I did. It was absolutely absurd. But I mean, this thing just it really clicked all the boxes for what I wanted out of it, because it was to be a street grade. This wasn't meant to be a pro car. This wasn't meant to be just some kind of grassroots thing.
This was meant to be a car that come off the lot and was capable to compete. Now, obviously, this is not a factory car. This car would have never come with a factory LS in it. It definitely wouldn't have been a supercharged LS3 of all things. Man, look at it. Just eat them corners like it's nothing and power into that momentum. Absolutely phenomenal. Alright, we're getting yes, look at that beauty. Oh, could have been a little bit cleaner, could have got off that curb, but, you know, we made it work. Man, it's just absolutely shredding it. Love it. So, I mean, like, I would definitely be interested to make more stuff like this, because, like, this was a play on an OEM Plus kind of style, but with something different in mind. If you guys have any ideas for anything, I would more than entertain. And this is the moment where I fucked up.
Small video after the video. If you're looking for the share codes for the tuning setup, I will post that in either the comments or the description below when I get the tuning setup finished. And as far as the livery goes, I cannot share the livery. I did not design the TME logos myself. The Mitsubishi logo, the Rally Art logo, or the TME decal down the side. However, I will go back through and I will figure out who made those logos, and I will put their share codes in the description and or comment section as well. Thank you. Peace out. Deuces. Bye. Later. Alright, so yeah, so that was my Starion TSE video. Was super stoked, really enjoyed it. It was something different than what I had anticipated when I kind of got into creating content like this. And I'm super proud to be able to bring it to you guys. Oh man, I actually look forward to doing this again. If you're a fan, if you are watching because you enjoy my content and whatnot, send me a DM on Instagram with what idea you have for the future, or Lord forbid, you guys want me to do a roast on? I say roast. I don't roast cars. I pick things apart. I do, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I don't. But I don't roast cars because you want to build people up. You want to build the car community up, because I promise you, we are suffering enough issues from the rest of the world as it is. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys on that note, and I appreciate your time. I appreciate the view, and I appreciate sharing the love of cars, car culture. I don't love car culture, but I love car culture. That's a complicated thing. Alright, with that, anyway, your Southern Fabricator the Masturbator. Man, I don't even know. I've been trying to come up with an intro and outro, and it has been incredibly hard. I gotta find my brand. I gotta find my thing and stick with it. Alright, with that, y'all motherfuckers stay heinous, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.